Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Expansion Pack podcast where we download this week's gaming news. And you guys already know we bring it straight to you. This is episode 74.
God damn.
74, man. Wow. It's crazy.
Come a long way, boys.
Yeah, we
Come
have.
a long way.
Yeah. Not too far off from that
The
100.
hundo.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Well,
We have to get some
good shit.
guests. Some people in the building.
Shit.
Something.
Shit, that'd be amazing.
Some surprises.
If anybody
Something.
wants to guest star or
Yo.
come co-host with us or whatever.
Speaking of which, if y'all book it early enough, I know Mac definitely can do this.
Ooh.
So book it early enough, holla at home. I'm sure he'd be down.
You know what? I think that's a good idea, yo. Yo, we got to get Mac on for like a big like product announcement. Like, I don't know, if they announce a new controller or something crazy like that, we got to get Mac on and give us the deets, you know? So stay tuned for that, guys. Stay tuned for that. But yeah, we here. We talking about some games this week. We got some really cool announcements from this past week, and hopefully a ton of other cool ones coming down the pipeline. It's Summer Games Fest season, aka not E3 season. So we got a lot of stuff we're going to talk about. We're going to predict what we're going to see from Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Showcase. And we're going to talk about the state of play from last week. But before we do that, you guys already know how it goes. Chris, take it away.
Yo, what is going on, people? It is time for a nice breaker. I'm saying, so this week's question, very simple. Gentlemen, I know we try to keep it stoic and rockly, but we cannot always do so. We cannot always contain our emotions, even though sometimes we try. You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a video game out there that has made you emotional. Or maybe at least brought you to the brink of maybe a little tinkle or something coming down the face a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Or anything like that. What game has made you cry? What game has made you really get in the feels and one of them ones where you gotta put the controller down for a second, be like, hey yo, hold up. y'all gotta stop playing with me. That's what we're looking for here, guys. So for me, I didn't want to be cliche and pick the answer that's pretty obvious. You guys have heard me already say this on here many, many times. All I'm gonna say is leave it right there. But my actual answer for this week is probably gonna be it didn't make me cry per se, but it definitely got me in my my feels in terms of like, yo, this is kind of beautiful. This is damn wow. For me, it's probably gonna be Beyond Two Souls, like the ending when you get to the part where it's like the whole reveal of like why she's so connected to this entity and blah 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 blah. I was like, come on, man, that's nice. That's real nice. I didn't expect y'all to do this, and like. It's funny because I just got finished watching a playthrough for Detroit Becoming Human or whatever. That game ends a lot more sad in some aspects as opposed to this one. But yeah, Beyond Two Souls, man, how they kind of like wrap that together, and it's just the love of a sibling and all that kind of stuff. And it's just very nice, very 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 nice. I enjoyed it, and that's probably gonna be my answer for today.
Okay. I guess we probably should give out like spoiler warnings too. I mean, you didn't spoil anything, but there's a good chance that Manny might. I'm pretty sure I'm going to. So spoiler alert, heads up, guys. For any game we mention here, just want to give you a precursor to that one. All right, Manny, what you got, man?
All right. I mean, I'm gonna do the same thing Chris said. I would pick The Walking Dead, but I feel like that's too much of an easy answer. But on to my actual pick. What game kind of made me teary-eyed was, I'll say like the ending of Metal Gear Solid 4. Because I love that franchise.
Whoa.
I love that franchise from like the beginning to the end, come like to the, quote unquote end of, Snake Saga or whatever, because that was, originally supposed to be the last game before they made 5, of course. But yeah, to see like Snake go out old, like, crusty. My boy is like, My boy was aching. He's ready to die any moment. And then like, the last fight scene with Ocelot, just like, they're done, they reached the limits, and like this is like kind of sad to see him go out like that. And then like obviously spoiler warning, then you see Big Boss in the end, and it's just like, it's like they actually meet each other, like the clone versus Big Boss. So like it's just like it was a satisfying ending to like his story. And I kind of wish they ended it there without adding Metal Gear Solid 5, even though Solid 5 was a great game that was unfinished. But I feel like, just it touched the heart more because I just followed it through the whole thing.
Okay.
Come on, man. What broke you down, bruh? Come on, man.
Definitely didn't make me cry per se. Well, I mean, the Walking Dead, that moment did, like dead ass. That's why we can't pick it, because it's just too easy. It is, yeah, it's the only answer really. But The Last of Us Part 2. I played it like almost a year after it was released, and somehow managed to dodge a couple spoilers, even though I still kind of had an idea what was happening. So again, I'm going to say this now. Last of Us Part 2, spoiler warning. So when your boy Joel died, that got me, guys. That really hurt me, because it wasn't just that he died, and the way he died was like really honestly kind of fucked up. But the way the game like takes you on this journey of Ellie like reminiscing about Joel and like what he meant to her as a father figure and all that type of stuff. Like even the moments where you pick up the guitar and you're like playing the notes on the guitar, and it like takes you through like a flashback after you play it, after you get the notes right, of like how Joel taught her to play guitar or taught her this particular song or whatever, like moments that they shared together, is just like really fucking sad. It's just a really, really, really sad game. That's largely why it's such a masterpiece, is the emotional roller coaster that it takes you through. Because it's like you're sad, you're like grieving, you're angry, like you want to go like kill all the people that like did the thing to Joel in the beginning. Very, very emotional game, and the moments around Joel in particular were extremely emotional. So that's definitely gonna be my pick.
I hear that.
So,
It is sad. It's sad, but we got to turn it around.
Go.
We got to turn it around. We got to talk about some fun stuff. Start off with the State of Play event that happened this past Thursday. Holy shit, guys! We've made fun of the PlayStation State of Plays in the past. I think a lot of people have. This by far is the best State of Play show, like presentation that they've come out with. Like a lot of times they hit when they do the State of Plays that focus on just one game, like the Horizon one was a really great one, for example. But anytime they have to do the ones where they showcase multiple games, I just feel like I always walk away disappointed. This was like somewhere between a traditional PlayStation State of Play and like an actual showcase. They really only showed third party games, with the exception of the PlayStation VR stuff. So just to kind of recap, I guess. Actually, you know what? No, we won't do it that way. I'll start off with you guys kind of telling me which ones you were the most excited for, because y'all already know which one I'm the most excited for if y'all seen the State of Play. So I'm not even gonna say it yet. I'm gonna just let y'all rock out. So Chris, I'm gonna start with you. What games did you see that you were interested in?
I don't know. I liked what I saw, but I wasn't, I guess, as blown away as I guess some people were. But in terms of what I saw that I liked, I'm stoked that they're doing the Resident Evil 4 remake. That's very, very classic game. So whenever you do remakes for stuff like that, that's always a big deal. I know the internet's gonna be very happy with that.
Fuck the internet. Fuck the internet. Your boy right here.
I am.
Your boy right here. I'm telling you, yo, I wish I was like recording myself watching that moment, because it was like, obviously like they started the press conference with it, right? Showed you the date. They like stuck their flag in the sand. They were like, March next year, we coming. And then there was a little R, and I was like, is that Resident Evil? It's like, huh. I was like, is that a new one? not really sure. And then they flashed it. I was like, oh shit. Like I was sitting there on the couch watching it with my wife and my son. I'm freaking out. They're looking at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Oh my God. I'm so excited about this game, guys. You have no fucking idea. I will be talking about it until the cows come home. Resident Evil 4 Remake looks beautiful. Leon looks beautiful. Ada looks beautiful. Everything about the game looks beautiful. Sorry, keep going.
Oh, I love the energy. Oh, you gotta love it, this man. Yeah, Resident Evil 4 is on the way. Final Fantasy looks pretty. I'll give it that. It looks very nice. But that's always been kind of the thing. Aesthetically, it's always kind of really pleased me and always pulled me in somehow. Even with Kingdom Hearts, and then I start playing and I'm like, what the fuck, man? This story is retarded. So we'll see how that works out. But oddly, that Stray game, that game kind of caught me the first time I seen it. Way back when they first had their other, I don't know if it was a State of Play 2 or just a trailer or what it was, but they had a little bit of it in that one. And I was like, oh, it's a cat game. It's cool. And they kind of dig a little deeper in the State of Play. I'm like, all right, I could see myself really liking this if the devs really go like really hard with it. When I say that, I mean, as it being a cat game, there needs to be a lot of nooks and crannies and hidden stuff everywhere that I can get into, which will make me put hours into the game. Don't give me a linear path. Don't give me any of that. It's a cat game. It's a cat RPG. Like, dude, I should be able to scale certain walls. I should be able to, like, it should feel open world on a very, very, very overly surface level. Does that make sense? Like I should be able to go underneath cars. I should be able to do things like that because I'm a cat. You know what I mean? Like that's how that should work. So, yeah, no, that game looks really cool. Tunic looks pretty decent. It's funny. My last point I want to make is with Street Fighter is that like it looks cool. I'm not gonna hold you. I watched the RDC World skit recently, and it was about fighting games, right? And in the skit, it was Tekken versus Street Fighter. And they're both talking mad shit to each other, and they're setting up. And Street Fighter goes to throw a punch, and then Tekken just sidesteps him, right? And then Street Fighter's like, what the fuck? He's like, what the fuck? How you just sidestep it like that? What the fuck is that? Yo, he was like, oh, hell no, man, that's cheating, man. What the fuck is this? He tried to hit him, but he can't. And then the dude just keeps on sidestepping him and just hits him with a two-piece, and he wins the match. And he's like, yo, that's some bullshit, man. What the hell was that? Y'all can sidestep. How come? I can't do that, yo. I can only fight like this, in this direction. He can fight in all these directions. And I'm like, damn. It was funny, but true. Like, I kind of see this game as a game where it's going to be cool at first, and it's going to go right on the shelf for me after, like, a good week or two. And that sucks. But that's where I'm at with Street Fighter.
Interesting. That's the first...
Unless they put something in it
that
really catches me.
That's the first, like, mid take first person I've heard say the game looks like mid or meh. Because I think the open world thing, that dynamic, I think that already had people like, hold up,
I gotta see that in action. I gotta see how it works. Because the last time they tried to give us a fighting game that was open world or whatever, we got Jump Force, and that shit is horrendous, bro.
Well, you
can't compare those two.
We're comparing it from Capcom, who made Street Fighter, who's good at it. You know what I'm saying to me? Or Bandai Namco, who just all their games are usually.
Hold on. Don't be throwing slander on Bandai Namco like that, bro.
I'm throwing slander.
Did they not give us the Budokai games? Did they not give us the Budokai games?
Bro, they fell off after though. You know what I'm saying? Like
they did.
They fell off hard because like
they did.
Besides fighters, because I like Dragon Ball Z fighters. Like Dragon Ball Z games, in my opinion, been mid. I know the Kakarot game, like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's like a different kind of game.
That's like RPG, right?
Yeah, that's a different kind. so I'm not counting that either.
I'm
But
just
like,
saying
you
they
know,
got the pedigree. They should be getting their shit right. You know?
they should. But like I said,
Yeah.
I feel like in my opinion they fell off, and that's why, like I look at Jump Force and stuff like that as like, an example of like them instead of doing the game right, just milking out, the IP that you got, like the characters you use.
Yeah. No, I
Because
don't.
they
I don't
know
disagree with
Yeah.
you.
Naruto and Goku fighting, you think it's a good idea, but then it's like
Yeah.
poorly executed. And didn't they shut down the servers for that game? Like they shut down everything, I believe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard.
Completely unrelated. Before I forget, Chris, you mentioned Tunic. Have you played it yet? Like, it's on Xbox. It's in Game Pass.
No, I haven't done it. Dude, I haven't played nothing. I haven't played nothing, bro.
You should. I mean, it's one of those games where you don't need to download it, so you should just like stream that, like, because you can. I mean, not on your phone necessarily, but like you could just go into
I know what you mean.
go into the store, stream that off rip. Like that game is really good. So yeah, if you haven't played it yet, like it's been on Game Pass for a while. So this is just kind of like this is like the first time like PlayStation users would get a chance to play it, which is cool.
Mhm.
But yeah, like if you're interested in that game, definitely play that. It's really
I
good.
don't even remember the last time I clicked the Game Pass tab. It's been a grip.
A lot of good stuff on there, man. Actually, a lot of good
Yeah.
stuff. Yo, I gotta say though, this is one game. Like I think the things that I'm excited about should be pretty obvious. Just to like run down it real quick. Obviously, you already know Resident Evil. I'm actually super excited about Street Fighter 6 because it looks good, and we haven't had like on Xbox, we haven't had a Street Fighter game in a very, 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 very long time. So super excited for that. Also, I found it interesting. I always find it interesting. I was talking to a couple different people, and most of these games, like almost all of these games, with the exception of anything that's on PlayStation VR, is not exclusive to PlayStation. Final Fantasy is like apparently has some timed exclusivity or whatever, but Resident Evil's coming to everything. Street Fighter's coming to everything. Stray seems to be up in the air, but like, generally speaking, most of these games are coming to other platforms. And I find it interesting, like the marketing strategy that PlayStation has in place. And I guess Xbox does it too, and Nintendo. Like nobody shows off that a game is coming to other platforms. But like the amount of people that I've talked to that think like Resident Evil 4 Remake is like exclusive to PlayStation or Street Fighter 6 exclusive to PlayStation. Like I find that amazing. I really find that amazing. So like go PlayStation for how they market their shit, because that shit is wild to me. But
Yeah.
what's the name of this game? Eternal Nights? Eternites?
Yeah.
I just want to learn more about this game. It's literally a dating simulator meshed into like an action adventure game. And that shit just sounds weird and appealing to me. Like I don't know. I'm curious about it, like I probably wouldn't shell out $60 for it, but if it was in the new PlayStation Plus or if it was in Game Pass or something like that, I'd probably give it a download, like just to see what's up, because it looked like, I don't know, like it had this like funky anime style to it that like I'd be interested to play just to see what's up. Like it looks like it's actually real time action as opposed to like turn based stuff like Final Fantasy. So like that appeals to me already too. But yo, the only other thing that can even come close to my level of excitement for Resident Evil is got to be the Callisto Protocol. That game literally looks like a new age Dead Space. It's made by the same person, or the same like executive producer apparently. So that's cool. And I know we've been talking about that since the Game Awards from the year prior to last year. So like really excited to actually be seeing some stuff on that and also get a release date like December. I'm here, guys. I want this. So
yeah, winter's looking kind of chunky.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. Manny, what you think, man? What out of all these, which one, out of all the stuff that they showed off at the showcase, what's probably like the biggest surprise to you, one you weren't expecting to care as much about or even expecting to see at all?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, well, like a game that caught my attention that like, wasn't like big as an Evil or Street Fighter or whatever. I like Roller Drum a lot. Like the way he was just rollerblading around like this little course doing these tricks, killing people. That was pretty dope. Like, at first I was like, imagine they made like something bigger out of this, like a battle royale. But then, of course, like now I'm battle royaling everything, and I don't want to do that. But like, it looks pretty dope. Um, like the art style of the game looks cool. Like I said, like just doing tricks and shooting people. I guess is like it appeals me. Like it looks pretty dope.
Here's the
So
question:
that's one.
Are rollerblades the new like gaming trend? Because we got roller champions that just dropped. People seem to be liking
Oh
that
yeah.
game. Now we got this roller drone game. Like, are rollerblades making a comeback or having a moment in
Rollerblade
gaming?
VR on the way, bruh. It's on the way.
Oh no!
I mean, that would be dope. I remember. I forgot what game it was called, but it was like some like rollerblade like Tony Hawk game. I played that before, and it was pretty fun. I mean, if they bring it back into like something like a genre again, I mean, skateboarding games had died and slowly making a comeback.
Facts. Yo, they need to
So
bring back Jet Set Radio.
that's that radio. I heard it's on the making. I heard it's in the making.
See, there you go. That's it. It's coming back. We got to see that.
Actually, there's actually another one. There's like a copy. I forgot what the game is called, and I actually interesting. But it's like a copy of Jet Set Radio
Mhm.
with like the same art style and everything like that, and rollerblades, and like I'm excited for that as well. Forgot what the game's called. Forgive me, but I would say out of all of these games, of course I'm excited for Callisto and Resident Evil, but yeah, Street Fighter 6 in my opinion, took the cake. Like what they showed off in the trailer was a lot. You saw like some gameplay, the art style of the game as well, and like I do like the whole art style of the game, like the way it's like it has all this flashing and like lights and shit, like when you do moves and stuff like that. Like I feel like it's what makes Street Fighter, like vibrant colors that basically pops out when you do like a special move. Um, and the whole open world aspect, there's so much potential for it. I mean, they even showed it in the end, like a fighter's hub for, like I'm guessing just not make a character, but probably pick a character you want to fight with and just chill in the hub, and that would be pretty dope to see what they do with it. And I was talking to Denzel in the show before, and I was thinking if they were to like take this open world aspect and make it something bigger, because in the front, part of the trailer, they just show like the character just picking a fight with somebody random in the street. Like imagine like you just in the hub chilling and like you just want to pick up a fight with a random like person instead of having to go through like a whole loading screen and character fight selection. You just like bang out right there. That's like I think that would be pretty cool and like innovative for a fighting game, especially since fighting games has been pretty basic for like the last like couple of years. Like it's just simple, battle room and whoever fights wins, whatever. There's a spectator lobby, but like I think if they just like do it right, there's could be definitely something new and refreshing. What we need.
I think that hub idea is like big time boomer bust opportunity. Like
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, like if you don't get it just right, it could be
it's
like,
gonna be bad.
Yeah, like I think if you nail it, it can revolutionize the way we do like fighting games and whatnot. But like it's kind of one of those things where it's like there are 50 different ways that you can do this, and there's only one way I think you can do it right. I don't know what that way is. I feel like the room for failure is just so large. Like it's, but I have faith. Like I feel like there's a reason why we haven't seen a Street Fighter game in so long, and now we're seeing this. Like I don't think this is just a cash grab. Like I think they didn't really know what to do. I think they might have some ideas. Obviously, the art style around this looks amazing. It like Chris was talking about the idea of like being more 3D based fighting versus 2D based fighting. I really don't think Street Fighter needs to like go the 3D based fighting way. Like I think they are who they are, and that's what they need to stick to. And I think if Capcom wants to make a 3D fighter, like I think they should just make a new IP altogether for that. But I think you can stick to your roots and then still create something new and refreshing at the same time. And I think this open world hub is an opportunity to do that. We'll see if they get it right. And yeah, the idea of like making like I don't know, like the equivalent of like the neighborhood in 2K, like doing that but for a fighting game, a lot of really cool potential for it, but they could also fuck it up tremendously. So
yeah, I mean it's like they've been praising this whole SSD next gen, no loading times. Better see it in effect here. I better not see, if like what I'm saying, like
bros.
especially it has potential because like I said, like with the SSD being as fast as it is, like loading time shouldn't be a problem. Like I understand like sometimes connections can be an issue, But like you said, like it could be like a 2K thing where you're just like chilling, like you see like an arena,
Mhm.
and like you're the character you want to be, and you're just walking around, and it's like just hey, yo, my man, it got next, and it's like you just walking each stage and just start banging out, like do like a little tournament style or whatever, pick a match.
Also, one thing to throw in there too is like the idea of like was it the 2v2 fights? I think I
Oh
remember
yeah,
seeing that in the trailer too. Like that's a little wrinkle that I don't think we've really seen in a mainline Street Fighter game. Um,
yeah,
that
something new.
that could refresh things, switch it up a little bit. So, like I said, there's a lot of room for failure, but I think even just from the core element of like a Street Fighter game being what it is, and like how it looks like they have a couple new characters and all that stuff. Even that alone is enough to whet a lot of fans' appetites because I don't even think the problem is that we haven't gotten as much innovation. I just think we haven't even gotten fighting games. Like we haven't really gotten mainline fighting games. Like Mortal Kombat hasn't really switched up the formula. And every
Hmm.
time those come out, they sell like fucking crazy. Injustice is basically the same formula as Mortal Kombat. That comes out, everybody loves it because, at some level, like the mechanics around these fighting games are tried and true and tested, and I don't think you should really bother with them too much. Like I think the last time, I guess they didn't switch it up too much, but like that last Marvel versus Capcom that came out, like it wasn't really hitting. That's probably well, when did that come out? That had to be like what,
That came out like
Yeah, that was
I
a
think
minute ago, man.
2018 or
something like that.
Uh,
Yeah. Like it was, I don't know. I feel like they
there's
changed
a
up.
lot of issues with that game.
Right.
Oh boy.
Like it was like if you just took it and made it a little bit more like the older version, like I think you would have been fine, but they tried to like bring it up too much to what Street Fighter 4 and 5 was. And it was like you didn't need to do that. Like it's just I don't know. I didn't like that at all. So I don't know. Hopefully
yeah,
this Street
Capcom
Fighter
did make
6
it.
because they did. But at the same time though, back then they were fucking up a lot too. So I think
Yeah.
they've recently been on a string of hits, right? Like obviously, these Resident Evil games that have come out have been amazing. Monster Hunter has been doing well. Like I think Capcom's actually hitting a good stride and I think they're in a good place. So I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt on Street Fighter 6 shit. But I do think like from what I saw, I'm super excited for it. I love the art style, I love all that shit. But there is room for them to fuck it up. And I'm nervous about that, but
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. Um, so yeah, that was a state of play. A lot of good stuff there. I mean, really, I think most of the time when we recap state of plays, I think we gloss over it and really just make fun of it. This is probably one of the first times we've actually had like a full
Yeah.
length conversation about literally everything we've seen. So definitely a good sign. Hopefully we get more good stuff over the course of the summer, not just from PlayStation, but from all these publishers. So
Yeah.
to get into that, like we said, Summer Games Fest is next Thursday. We obviously got the Xbox conference that's coming next Sunday. Let's get into it. What are you guys expecting to see from either one? Biggest announcement or most hopeful thing that you want to see? And um, I'll say let's be realistic, but there's a little bit of room to
Yeah.
go out for the moonshots if you want to. So Chris, I'm gonna start with you, man. What do you really want to see from
Um,
Xbox or the Summer Games Fest?
I really this year is the year of RPGs for me. I think we've put a lot of shine on some of the racing games and some of these BRs and things like that. I think this is the year where the RPGs are like 2022. They're coming back with a vengeance. And it started with Elden Ring, right? Elden Ring, again, I haven't been able to dig my teeth too deep into it, but I know it's an amazing game. Um, and it's lighting the path. I expect to see stuff for Avowed. I expect to see stuff for um Starfield. I think Starfield, even though excuse me, even though Starfield got pushed back, I think because it got pushed back, they're gonna give us a decent amount of insight and answer a couple questions because you gotta at least do that much, right? Your game was supposed to be coming out in November, which is about 5 months away from now, and now it's pushed back into next year. The least you could do is be like, all right, we know we pushed it back, but here's a character. Here's what to look at what one of the towns look like. Shit like that. You could at least do that much, right? So Avowed, uh, Starfield, and then also Fabled. I think Fable is gonna definitely have uh way more of a presence this time around than it did the last few showcases. Um but I'm also thinking that we're gonna get surprised by Bethesda as well. I think Bethesda is gonna like unveil another new IP. If I had to guess, I think they're working over there, man. Something tells me that Bethesda's got a lot of things that they're cooking up. And I think Redfall was just kind of like the tip of the iceberg. I also think we get stuff for that as well, because that got pushed back too. Um, but if I'm the thing I'm most excited for, it probably is Avowed. I said that a couple different times. Simply just due to the fact that we don't know nothing about this game yet. Like we still don't know shit. We've been hanging on to this one little teaser of the guy doing a thing in his fist and getting ready to walk into some corridor that clearly there was some smoke from my boy. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing we know about this game right now. And I'm like, I'm giving it strength off of the idea that Outer Worlds did so well. And Outer Worlds was pretty good, you know. So I'm like, all right, Outer Worlds, you guys did New Vegas. Now you guys are gonna do dragons and stuff. Yeah, give it to me. I'm waiting. But damn, y'all ain't said shit. It's been what 2 years since the initial announcement. Y'all got to give us something for Avowed, bro. You got to stop playing with me.
I
Come
think
on
it's
now.
almost all but confirmed. I think one of the game directors or lead producers at Obsidian was on Twitter. Like, I forgot exactly what he did. I'll see if I can find it. But basically, I think he was saying like he had some sort of honest tweet that was kind of like saying like, all right, it's our turn to show like what's coming. You know, like I think he quote tweeted the Xbox showcase. And then like it was something like he was painting his nails or something like that. Like, okay, like our turn or something like that. And I think that kind of means like, all right, like it's about time they're about to show off some Avowed or
Yeah.
maybe there's some other project that they're working on that we don't know about. But I definitely think Avowed has to be something we're gonna see. Um Fable, I don't think we're gonna see Fable this year, man. I
Really,
really
Same.
don't.
dude, it's been 2 years. Not even a
I
little
know.
10-second something.
I think the 2 years would be like, okay, like this is announced that we're doing this. I
And
just
then
think the
y'all don't
fact
even
that
drop a trailer.
I
Like,
think the
God
fact that
dang.
all we got was like a tone piece trailer, like nothing that would be indicative of gameplay or anything like that. I think that game's a couple years out.
Sheesh.
I think either next year we'll get some gameplay and then it'll release in 2024. Like I don't think that game's as close as we think
Damn,
it
I
is.
dog.
agree.
Y'all just broke my heart, bro. Damn. I
Yeah.
wanted at least like a teaser or something. Give us something like how they did with like Alan Wake. That was like a real quick, like nice little
But
bite.
that's
You
the
know what I'm
thing. We
saying?
already got that. We already got that. So now it's just go radio silent, crank out this game, and then give us gameplay when it's ready. I really think this showcase is gonna be more about gameplay than any other showcase. Like I think there'll be a couple here and there, like announcey things or whatever. But I really think that the Xbox showcase in particular is gonna be gameplay central. Like I think for me, if I'm definitely expecting Avowed. I'm expecting to see new Forza, Motorsport 8. Um, there's another game that was on the tip of my tongue. Oh, the Indiana Jones game. I really expect to see
Ah,
that.
forgot about that.
Um, Especially because Manny and I were talking about this before we started recording too. Like Indiana Jones is mysteriously now in Fortnite, the new Fortnite season that just dropped today.
Uh,
Uh, he's just there. So and it's like okay, like last week they announced that a new movie is coming like in a couple years. So like there's no real reason to be putting him in there other than to if you're gonna have some sort of marketing blitz around Indiana Jones. And I think that game being shown off I specifically think the game is going to get shown off at the Summer Games Fest because I think that's where you can get the most eyeballs on it. Um, so yeah, that's a prediction there. But damn, I had a couple games in mind and now I can't think of them. Oh, we were talking about Bandai Namco. There's a strong rumor out there that they may be working with Microsoft to create another Killer Instinct game. Um,
I've heard that too. Yeah.
I really want to see that. And I think that like all the stuff you guys are talking about with Bandai Namco, like I think the fact that Microsoft would be partnering with this would kind of offset some of that stuff. Unfortunately, the team that worked on the original, well, not the original, the remake that they put on Xbox One, Killer Instinct, I think they got bought by Amazon or something. So like that's why they can't really work on it anymore. But yeah, I really want to see a new Killer Instinct because this fighting game shit, like we've been talking about, it really needs that revitalization. So another Street Fighter, another Killer Instinct, like getting more games out there in the genre, I'm here for it. I'm a thousand
Definitely.
percent
Yep.
here for it. Um, Damn, I don't think we'll hear anything from 343 or sorry, not 343. Uh, the Coalition. A lot of people seem to think that we're gonna get like that Gear 6 trailer or something, or even like a Mandalorian game. I really don't see that happening. And I think if anything, if we do hear anything from them, I know we talked about this before too, is that we'll get that Marcus Phoenix collection with all the Gears of Wars remastered and UE5 and all that stuff. Like
It was
that's the
by
most I
time
expect
for
to see
sure.
from them. Yeah. Um there's rumors that we're supposed to get that Fallout uh remaster too or remake. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one, man, because I don't know who's gonna be making it. I can't expect that it's like Bethesda, like the same people who are making Starfield, because they need to hunker down and focus on
Right.
Starfield, right?
Uh,
So I don't know. I'm really curious to see, like, Microsoft has all these studios and all this shit going on. Obviously, they can't really do too much with Activision right now. They could probably make some announcements with them, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing too many crazy things coming out from them yet. I don't. I feel like this is one of those situations where, again, I'm expecting to see a lot of gameplay, but I'm not entirely sure what it is that I'm going to see. There's so many games that we could see, and I feel like we're not going to see Perfect Dark, like I said.
yeah,
Not going to
no.
see Fable. Said that before. Like there's just a number of things that we know are coming, but like I'm not expecting to see that for a couple years. So what do they have to like fill in the gaps right now? Um, I think the last thing I'll say is like the people who make that game We Happy Few, I believe they're Compulsion Games. That's the name of the studio. They remind me, like, that game We Happy Few reminds me of BioShock, only just because of like the tone of it and whatnot.
Right. Yep.
Them with like a AAA budget, I really want to know what they're working on. And that's one of those things where like we could get like a small announcement trailer. Maybe there isn't necessarily gameplay, but I just want to know what they're working on, because I feel like they're almost kind of adjacent to Arcane with the fact that they make like wacky weird games. Arcane has like the gameplay really down packed, and I don't know if Compulsion has that yet. Like, they definitely have the ambiance. I just want to see what they're working on, and I just want to get a feel for what to come to expect of that studio. So that's probably the one I've definitely got my eye on. Like, I think the only other obvious thing that we'll probably see is like Hellblade. I'm pretty sure we'll get that either at the Xbox showcase or at the Summer Games Fest, again, just to kind of broaden their eyeballs. That's the only reason I think Microsoft would put certain things in Summer Games Fest and not in their own thing. Is just to garner certain eyeballs, to get the general gaming population interested, and then have them go see the showcase like after the fact. But I don't know. We'll see, man. Manny, what do you think though? What are you expecting to see? And what's like that one game that you're like, yo, Microsoft, give it to me?
On hands because like everything you says, like what I was gonna say, I know you said something realistic, and I know you said you don't think you're gonna see Gears, but I feel like we're gonna get a little bit of Gears. Um, I feel like I know obviously the Marcus Phoenix collection's been a big rumor that's been floating around, but I feel like they're gonna somehow tie in Gear 6. Like I don't know if it'll be like a little gameplay snippet or something. I feel like we're just gonna hear something about it. That's like I
Wait,
think
we,
they did
we we
that.
end the show on Gear 6?
I
Like
think they ended showing Gear 6 like they did with Gears 4 like a while back because like they announced Gears of War Ultimate Edition, and then after they announced the Ultimate Edition, they're like we have a little gameplay snippet from Gears 4, and Gears 4 didn't come out until like a year after. So I think they might like kind of do the same formula like they did that year, where they show,
mm,
oh, we got this Marcus Phoenix collection, running at UE5, and here's Gear 6. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a little snippet. That's my prediction for the Xbox showcase. Of course, we're going to see Forza. I can't wait to see how it looks with the, next gen only, new physics and all that kind of stuff.
mhm.
Um, I think for the state, the Summer Games Fest, I know it's probably a little stretch, but we're gonna see something EA related, and whether it's Skate 4 or
Mm.
the new Mass Effect or Dragon Age, I feel like it has to be one of those games because like they're showing in the Game Awards, and I feel like Jeff Keighley might somehow you know pull the cards, pull the strings. What I'm saying, somehow find a way, get a little special announcement either with like Mass Effect, Skate, or Dead Space. those are my like great predictions from EA because I feel like EA's just been in the dark for a while. They gotta do something to bring them back into light.
I hear that. I definitely agree with you there because they canceled their like EA Play that they normally do around this time, so they got
Mm-hmm.
to get a presence somewhere.
Yeah.
I also understand what you're saying around the whole like certain games being shown off around Jeff Keighley. Like he has like these relationships with certain people and certain studios and whatnot, and you definitely can tell like he gets there's certain games that if it's gonna get shown off somewhere, it's gonna be on a Jeff Keighley stage, right? Like I think, like you said, Dragon Age, like the Bioware games, like Dragon Age and Mass Effect, like they were on the Game Awards stages. So I wouldn't be surprised if we got something on one of those down there. The other thing, since you're mentioning it, Jeff Keighley is a huge Kojima fan, and we're waiting for this supposed
Yeah.
Xbox Cloud, Kojima game. This could be the perfect place to maybe not blow the lid off on it, but give us that first like little sprinkle of okay, here's this game, cloud, completely cloud based through Xbox or whatever it ends up being. Like here's a little first snippet of it. That would be amazing. I'd be really excited to see that. But I know the stuff that we are confirmed to see, new Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2. They showed off a little teaser trailer this week. Then we're gonna
Thanks.
get the first campaign trailer on this coming Wednesday, and then right after that, we're supposed to get like our actual gameplay footage at the Summer Games Fest on Thursday. So that's gonna be very very exciting. This is probably one of the first years that I'm like actually like super excited for Call of Duty. I really want to see
Mhm.
gameplay from Warzone 2. Like I want to know where they're going with that. And then there's also this supposed game mode called DMZ, and DMZ is supposed to be kind of like a Tarkov knockoff or whatnot. They're Activision's version of Tarkov, I guess we could say, not a knockoff. And if they give it the same love and care that they gave to Warzone, I really think it's gonna be a big deal, like a really big deal. So, and I've been wanting to play Tarkov, but I just don't want to spend the money and you know play it on my PC because I don't play my PC as often as I would like to. Although I just got a new graphics card, so maybe that might change. But either way, this DMZ mode, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see for sure. Um, and then I think after that, I mean, there's gonna be a couple other things sprinkled. I think in between the Summer Games Fest, we have the Tribeca Game Spotlight. So that's going to be on the Friday after the Summer Games Fest. Netflix is having like a gaming thing on that same day.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Netflix in the building.
Hey man, Netflix has actually been
Hey.
announcing some games like nothing like crazy like what we've been interested in, but Netflix actually has like a little interesting lineup of games. So who knows what they're gonna be doing there.
In the building.
Yeah. Shit, this might even be where we see I think Sony said they're working with Netflix to create like a Horizon TV show. So this might even be where we see some stuff like that. That might be
Huh?
something nice. So we're gonna keep our eyes on that type of stuff. I think Devolver Digital is gonna be doing something in the
Hey.
afternoon of that next Sunday after the Xbox showcase. So like we got a lot of stuff coming, guys. We got a lot of stuff. So some of it isn't necessarily tied to Games
Uh,
Fest, but a lot of people are showing out some stuff right now. We just got the new Madden trailer last week. We're supposed to be getting a little deep dive tomorrow in the new Madden. Like I'm excited, man. This is even though we don't have E3, this is still gonna be the time where we're gonna talk about games more and
yeah.
thrust that stuff into the limelight. So it's gonna be very, very, very good.
Pretty cool.
And for sure, make sure to check us out next week. We're going to be live streaming the Xbox Bethesda showcase. It's going to be at 1 p.m. apparently. 1 p.m. So I think,
Easter.
Bro.
what's up?
I actually have time in the afternoon. I'm thinking it's gonna be like 5 or 6, and they're doing it at 1.
Doing at 1.
The hell, man.
Hey, but that means, if you got time, that means we could check out this Devolver shit too.
I am here for some Devolver shit. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna hold you.
They're fun.
I don't even care what games they're gonna announce. I'm
It's
just
just
here
fun.
for the
Put up a good
presentation.
show.
I'm
It's a
just
good
here
show
for
last
it.
week.
Facts. They're always just amusing to watch, so we're definitely down for that. Unfortunately, because of the time frame on the Summer Games Fest, I probably won't be able to live stream that because it's gonna be 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I got to do some work, so that's not gonna happen. But definitely here for that Xbox stuff, and then that week afterwards, I am off from work. So any other showcases that come up, we'll be live streaming it. We'll be talking about it. Make sure to check out our Twitter, our TikTok. We're gonna be posting content up there pretty much continuously, especially around all this stuff going on, all these game announcements. So yeah, just stick with us, guys. Rock with us. If you guys are listening to us on the podcast services, the audio podcast services, make sure to head over to the YouTube page. Come watch us do the live stream and whatnot. And if you guys are watching us, feel free to subscribe on the audio stuff. Make sure to check us out for sure. But with that being said, we're gonna head out for now. Check us all out on our social medias down below, right in the bottom corner of our little thingies here. Make sure to right there. Yeah, you got it. You got it. All right, guys.
Man,
Thank you for watching and listening. We will check you guys out next week. Have a good one. Peace.
Hiya.